All right, friends, we are fucking back. So, are you hungry for more evidence of the X Factor event? Because I'm ready to show you this because I got some nice pictures in this video. But first, shout out to Jerry. Hello, brother. His channel is When the Buildings Cried. Check him out. Lots of videos, good evidence. And shout out to Spartan Red, Derek. Hello, brother. Check out his channel, Spartan Red. Very good videos, very good evidence. You have endless of content of this event if you want to. So yeah, let's just get to it. So here you see a small little building. And what you can notice is these blocks and stones here popping out from the wall. And that's what we call popcorn blocks because that's what happens to them when they like expand and all that shit and they pop out from the wall by the heat. So this side is full of it. You see it all over here, here, down here, here, all over this place. And also you get this whole thing is turned into stone, but it was originally built by red Tartarian bricks. The beautiful red bricks, they love those bricks. And now it looks like this. And down here you get bigger blocks, stones. Yeah. So we go on. And this was a little animation I found from a small little castle looking thing. And this is what it looks like today. And this is an illustration of what it may have looked like before it got hit. But this one looks more than just melted, because you see this one looks like fucking a cannon hit it or something. Don't know. But this is a devastated red brick building. And you can see here, this is all melted bricks from this building. Look how destroyed it is. It's fucked up. And this one, we'll zoom in to help you see better. This one is good evidence that this one originally was built by those red bricks. And the heat turned them into stones and blocks. Because they didn't build it like this with bricks, stones and blocks like retards. They had plenty of these fucking red bricks. They even built the goddamn pyramids only by red bricks. Imagine the fucking amount they needed. Oh, it's insane. But the Tartarians didn't give a shit. They said, oh, I want to build that. So they built it by these red bricks. Imagine the production rate they needed to build all this shit only by these bricks. But yeah, you see a total devastation, but still red bricks all over it. Arch, the wall, stones, blocks, totally destroyed. And here too, just look at this right hand side, how it melted all this shit together. And here it started to expand and come out. You want to go out this way. And inside here you see the same. Turn it into stones. This one looks like a block, longer block. And this is the concrete finish on the outside, and it managed to survive for some reason. And this is a melted building. This is not like a mountain they found and carved it in like this and lived inside. Imagine this being a tower, and then it melts down like ice cream, turns into this. And on the top you can see like looks very scorched here. So a lot of heat came from the top also in this case. But this melted down, and now it looks like this. This is a melted building, not a fucking mountain. And here too, clear evidence of the red bricks here. And what you can see is it's turning into blocks down here at the bottom. Then you get some stones. And you can also see this whole fucking part here, this piece. It's like, hold on. This piece looks like it was attached to here. And then maybe it dried out so much that it just cracked and fell down, or something hit it, because just look at it. A bomb, a cannon, or just a crack in the fucking wall here, and it fell down. I don't know, but it looks fucking blasted. This side too is missing. This was like a fucking circle, like this. I would guess. So maybe this part lays down behind here. Can't see it in this picture. But yeah, totally blasted and fucked up. But still you can see the red bricks. And this one turned all blocky. You can see the nice blocks that formed. And I still have the inaccurate mouse. Look at this jumping around. But I don't give a fuck. Can still draw. Blocks. This was all red bricks. Totally destroyed by the heat from the X Factor event. And this one too. Bricks turned into a more stone-like here. This side and this side. Totally destroyed. And the ground, the road here, all turned into stones. And this is heat damage. All heat damage. And this one is interesting. Just imagine this one being so hot. It became viscous, started to boil, bubble, and it started bit by bit to fall down, and it hardened up when the heat went away, and then you got these holes that looks like corals in some cases. Should make a video on that too, like corals under the ocean being melted buildings, which means the ocean came in after this heat event. So the flood, some people call it Noah's flood, happened very recent, not thousands of years ago like we are led to believe, and like those bullshit religious texts is telling you. It's more recent. And here you can notice how it turns into blocks, and you still see the nice red color still inside here. It wasn't cooked as good, as hard. But it was all viscous, because you can see those fucking shapes here. You can see viscous sink into each other, the blocks, and harden up, and then you get like this. Some people think they carved these blocks out from the mountains and made it fit perfectly together. But I think that's because they don't have a brain, actually, to be honest. So this is like, do you think they carved this out and then they had to carve this perfectly to fit this? You can even see like goes a little in here. Because of the expansion, this was all hot and viscous. So that's what happened. This side, pretty messed up, blocks, and yeah, fucked up. Total destruction. But you still see the red color from the red bricks. Kind of the same here, see the same red color over the place, and it forming blocks. And up here, some blocks and stones. All messed up by the heat. More blocks coming out here, looks like. Totally destroyed. Here, forming blocks. And this. All messed up. You see the same. The color. But here you get stones in the middle of this shit. And here, on the top there, here it started to form blocks. But it's these stones. They didn't build it like this. You need to understand that, okay? It was all perfect red bricks. You can still see the color, but they are like, they start to get deformed and all because of the heat. They want to melt together and form big blocks. But it wasn't hot enough, so a lot of the color, the carbon-14, is still inside, and some of them still reminds of bricks, but some of them also melted and formed these stones. And the next phase is these stones melting together and form blocks, more like this. Okay. And this is interesting, because here we can see lots of things. Bricks, stones, a little block here, all melted mortar, melted mess here, all melting together. And those bricks looks like they are twisted around for some reason, or it was an arch over a window that got, yeah, those things started to swell and expand, so it got closed. I don't know. May have been an arch that's deformed, or they twisted and flipped around the other way, these bricks. All fucked up. Yeah, and this is interesting. I will bring up the glorious pen, because you can see, I'll draw some lines just for the blind people. Maybe the people who wear masks or don't have a brain. So can you notice this is blocky, then it's bricky, blocky, bricky, blocky, and bricky. So it's like the heat came in like layers of waves. So this part was hotter, this was hotter, and this was hotter than the brick layer. That's why this shit happened, because it was different layers of heat here, apparently. So yeah, but it still was built by red bricks. Here you can see one that's looking a little nice, at least. And what you see here, popcorn blocks. They expand inside and they want to go out because they can't fit inside anymore. So they expand out, pop out from the wall. And you can see here, forming bigger blocks. Just like the pyramids, they was also built by red bricks. And the insane Tatarians needed a lot of red bricks to build them. Fuck. But yeah, this is dustified. All was liquid building, dried up, very dried up, and it turned into dust. That's what we call sand. So next time you go to the beach and you walk on the sand, you walk on a dustified building. And here this is, looks like this might have been a little brick flood here. Very viscous, started to flow this way, down towards the sun. That's to the left for the brain dead fox. This way, you see the arrow to the left. Looks like some waves, and it's flowing this way, coming like wanna go down. But the heat went away, so it dried up become solid again, and now we have what they call mountain or rock. And in the background, all messed up. The color is gone, but still looks a little bit like bricks. But I would guess the windows got swollen shut, because fuck, you can't see anything through this fucking hole. So yeah, we move on. And this is also interesting because you have up to here and up to there. You see, like, the heat came up here, it started to get really hot and started to get swollen, come out from the wall here, all turned into stone, and it reached this part, and maybe because of the design here it didn't manage to transfer properly over to the top. So this is still red bricks. That looks pretty nice to the eye. And down here, forming stones. And yeah, just a totally destroyed building. Okay, so, and you got some dustified buildings here, there, and yeah. And the same thing here. I need to present the fucking evidence so you can see this, that this is a real event that happened. Because do you honestly think, again, that they fucking built it like this? With all kinds of different shit, different sizes. Here you get some small bricks, here you get bigger blocks, and you get stones, stone blocks. They weren't retarded back in the day, okay? This was all perfect red bricks. Here you can see the flow down, came up from the left, dustified, flowing down, and walkway also turned into stones, and you get big blocks here, big red blocks. Here you get big blocks, stone blocks, all fucked up. The arch still intact. Okay, so just look at the blocks here, the upper part of the picture, and then you have here most stones that would melt together and form these blocks, like above and below, as above so below. And here you get blocks too, and here is just smaller stones and a melted mess and a tiny dude. Yeah, popcorn. Total destruction by the heat. This one is nice. Maybe a married couple. And you get stones and red bricks all over the place and more stones. So yeah, again, this wasn't built with stones and bricks, it was all bricks. But the heat did this. Maybe some other things, because it looks like half the shit is missing here. It's just like an open thing, open building. And here, stones. Okay, so yeah, just see at the wall here. Looks similar to one of the first pictures I showed. Melted and fucked up. Here it's forming bigger stones and blocks. And to me, it looks like the heat came up here and messed it up real fucking bad. But the concrete finish on the outside still is attached. But here you can see like heat damage. It probably changed color and all that shit, but heat came up, melted this shit all together. Just look at this. And then reached this height and then it stopped. In the background you see the stones forming blocks, all by the heat. This was all red bricks and now it looks like this. Stones destroyed. Bigger stones, smaller stones. These two, look at the top here, black. Okay, and this is interesting because this is just full of these bricks and blocks popping out, the popcorn blocks. This was all red bricks. Now it looks like this. All from the heat. This was hit bad, fucking badly. And here, you can see down here, it's dustified. And the heat climbed up. And it reached this height and the building started to melt and turn into a mess. Came up to there. And you can see some blocks and stones forming over there. Melted, fucked up. And here, turning it into blocks. And this tower. And you can also see brick lines going horizontal. So yeah, all this was red brick, all of this. And now it looks like this. Destroyed. And here you see some blocks, some bricks, stones, and still some red. You can zoom in maybe. This looks melted. Melted red blocks. And this one was maybe a door, and now it's fucking shut. Can't go in here anymore. The bricks must have expanded from the side and the bottom and the top or something and just shut the door. Block it. Very weird. Here we get the block. Blocks. Fuck, I'm hungry. I need to eat after this. Yeah. What do you see here? If you have been watching me, Derek, and Jerry's videos, you should be able to see now what we are talking about. So the heat came up from the bottom, and most of it stopped here and fucked this over, turned it into stones and blocks. See, you got blocks in all kinds of sizes, and you also get stones in here all over the place, all messed up. And at the top, red bricks that actually looks very heated from looks like they came like hot wind from the top here and melted it from the top also, but the bottom part got much hotter and turned into this. Why would I build like this? Find random stones, build it up to there, and then put brick on top. Why not just use bricks all the fucking way? And look at this fucking mess. It's fucking insane. What have happened here? You can see heat damage, you can see here it's turning into stones and blocks. But look at this fucking shit here. That's like, yeah, looks like mud and stones. almost like it's becoming dustified here on this side. And heat came from the top, started to melt the top, looks like, and it turned all white. It was all red. So no carbon 14 left, and here you see a red brick arch that's still intact. It's unbelievable how many of these buildings managed to survive this shit. This one didn't make it so well, but you can still see it's a red brick building. Same as this one. Look above the window here. Melted and fucked up, and the bricks starts to expand and melt together, forming bigger blocks. Here it's fucked up, melted maybe. Here is also brick flood. All by the heat damage. You can see it's red bricks. They are not carved out from some fucking mountain. They was built. They built the bricks, and then they built the buildings with the bricks. They created the bricks. That's maybe the correct word. And this one, all this was also red bricks. And you can still see some of the red bricks inside different places here, but they turned them into stones and blocks, more blocks, stones, all over the place. This is a devastated building. This too. And here you see also, first, one I'll just point out the red bricks on this left side, and bam, look what it did here in this section. Popcorn, stones. You can see the red brick, but it turned into stones and blocks. So this started to expand. Look at this red brick. So the heat did this to the building. Very fucked up. And what do you see here? You see this starting to form like blocks. It looks like red brick here, and on the side you see the red brick here, corner, I mean, this corner, and on the top. But here it started to turn into stones all over this side and this side. But you can see it if you just look closely. You can see I will do you a favor and I will zoom in here. Do you obviously think they build it like this? Do you? It was heat. Melted. Heat damage. This one got blasted really hard. This one also was red brick. It's insane how these fucking arches almost always remain as an arch. It's of course fucked up, but it still stands, you know, it didn't collapse. Imagine this being like viscous and fluid, but it still stays. Always. You can see it in the fucking mountains too. The totally melted mountains, you can always see the arches. So the design it's so fucking solid. And stone blocks, stones melted, fucked up. Next. Doesn't look like it's too much left from this building. Like, shouldn't there be something here and maybe here? But it isn't. But still, you can see Here you can see a good example of how it turned into rocks. Because it was all red bricks. Bigger rocks, all rocks, getting all fucked up by the heat. Here it's getting real messy down at the bottom. Holy fuck, this got hit hard by something. Only heat or something else. Who knows? I wanna know. Do you? Fuck, it doesn't wanna scroll. There we go. And the good evidence again. The red bricks. It's bigger blocks here on the side. You can see it. And here it's turning into stones. And what you can see here is like this. Looks like it was pretty fluid and started to flow down the stairs, which is also fucked up by the way. But it started to flow down the stairs, and then the heat for some reason disappeared very quickly, I think, because it hardened up while it was flowing down. So yeah, you get the blocks all over the place, red bricks, red color, blocks. Here it started to expand out, looks like, from the wall here, coming out to the right, and get more blocks and more destroyed building. And this is interesting too. Look how massive they start to get here. Those windows, again, I think there was a bigger opening here, but those bricks expanded, because that's what things do when they heat up. So it expanded this way, this way, this way, and this way, and then you just get a tiny hole left on all this. And look at this fucker here. Holy fuck. So yeah, still see the red here. Red, red, this is red. Here is red. There is one. On the right side is one. And I hope you can see this one if it's not blocked by this thing. And still see the red. So yeah, this was all red bricks, and now it looks like this. All by the heat. And here I will zoom so I can't draw, so you have to just use your eyes now if you got some. Look how the heat came up to here. Cooked this into stones and a mess, and all these bricks here remained as bricks, and then it actually looks like it got hit from the top also. Heat from the top. Total devastation. But this was also red bricks. Fuck. And here you get more ice cream building. Melted down. This got heated from the top also. And the ground and the bottom. Turned it into ice cream, and then it hardened up and became this shit, which the brain-dead fucks think is a mountain, and they carved into here. You can see it's fucking melted. Look here. Just use your eyes and you will see. This was all red bricks turned into stone here, and here it's melted as fuck. Is these stones still intact? Don't know. Not so clear picture. Looks like it might be stones there, actually. Yeah, the road turned into stones. Okay, so this is fucked up. But I want to first show you up here, because here you see the red bricks. Yep, They are all over the fucking place. But now it looks like this. Stones. Some are coming out a little bit here. Stones. Fuck, this got hit hard. Holy fuck. Red. The floor here fell in. Floor here fell in. Or maybe it was built by wooden floors. I don't know. No idea how they built everything inside, but there is missing floors here, so just wanted to point that out. So yeah, that was all the pictures. So then thanks for watching if you watched this far. And please subscribe, please like, and please hit the bell button so you get notification when I upload next time. Not for me, but for humanity, because this shit needs to get out there, okay? It's very important, because it's an important event we never heard about, that mountains doesn't even fucking exist. I think we should know that, everyone, so that's why I want you to share and sub and all that, so more people can get to know about this event and look into it and realize it, research it, look at our videos and see that it's actually a real event that happened. You can't deny it if you just got eyes to see and a brain that works. Just watch videos until you actually see it. It's like flat earth. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that's what happened with me and Jerry and Derek. We can't unsee it anymore. So we have to talk about it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sub, like and bell. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.